Hello, sir. Yeah, I play this game every day, man. Maplestory is life. Yeah, man, 10 more levels. The last 10. Hopefully, I don't know if I can do it today. Maybe we need another stream session. I think I was muted. If you for pink bean it's level 200 or nothing. If you get to 150 for the Giga Burn, the amount of time you spend, you're just gonna waste it if you just do it. Just level the character normally. You're not saving anything because it takes you time to do pink bean to 150. And 150, the road to 150 is the longest. Because you don't have access to a Star Force map, so it's very, very slow. And like you're not at the account level where you need ping bean. So like ping bean for you is a skip. Yeah, there's no point. There's absolutely no point. You're not saving anything. You're just wasting your time. I mean, if you'd like to play ping bean, then do it. But other than that, you're not saving. There's no savings for you. Yo, what the fuck, man? I tapped out for like 5 seconds and this thing spawned and killed me. Man, that's toxic. The only way to increase pink bean damage is to max your NFT level. And then you can do Legion. Legion doesn't give too much. It's mainly NFT gives way more damage. That's why I always said like pink bean is not for anybody who don't have a 10 million combat power main character. Like, at the very least, to even play with pink bean, you're required to have 10 million. Anybody who struggles with pink bean is because they don't have 10 million combat power main character. Yeah, they post the roadmap in the main website. If you go to like the main website, it will show up. I mean, having new characters helps everybody. Like, you get stronger with link skills, with more Legion. And it also, like, gives people more choice. Like, maybe a class they like is now out, they could play it. Everybody but Hongyang. So both of them, you need to get both of them. For Adele, it was because most likely because Keith is now a COO, and he has always said like he wanted to make Adele come out faster because that's his main character. As for the other two characters, I'm not sure. Maybe somebody else in the team also plays those two characters. I know like Resistance and other classes is not popular at all. So potentially just like probably nobody in the team plays that thing, so they don't prioritize it. I mean, nobody plays Kaiser. Kaiser is not a popular class, and Angelic Buster is not popular either, so it's normal to skip that. But Adele is very popular. Like a lot of people play that. you can't release Ren because there's no Ren doesn't have fifth draw numbers. If you release Ren, it's all six draw numbers. It's gonna ruin the balance patch. It's only worth it if you have a main character, like a minimum 10 million combat power. Under that, it's not worth it. It's for whales, right? The stronger you are, the better this title is. If you're like weak, then the gains from this title is very small. It's proportional to how strong your main character is. The cheapest way to get that, I mean, I'm not gonna check, but the cheapest way to get to 10 million is the same build my old Crusader have. So you can get 12 million with that build. Now I moved it to an old wallet, so it's only 8 million right now. But you know, you just gotta max your Legion and NFT, and then full Neophyte. You'll be 12 million. 11 million, but 12 million is worth event buff. But without event buff, it's 11 million. You could navigator. You could navigator that. I think the cost of that is probably like maybe like 60, 70 million. Maybe 100 million. But definitely less than 100 million. Not including NFT collection and Legion though. But yeah, like the current combat power is 8 million. I'm on EXP setup, so you can't see it. And that is like level 6 or level 7 NFT, and then 3k Legion. So like literally doesn't even have the NFT levels. That's why it's only 8 million. But if I max it, it will be 12 million. There is no way I'm gonna max a second wallet NFT. That's too expensive. Level 200 is only for like people who have max NFTs. Like most of you guys don't even have max NFT. You have to get max NFT first. But before you max NFT, like level 150 is very efficient. And then once you max your NFT, you can work on level 200. Other like, I don't know, ever since I started streaming, I make fun of everybody who use one Leon set. And if I try very hard, I can solo easy lucid. That's it. I mean, Lomi and normal Lomi, you could solo that 3 million. If you want to solo hard mode, you're gonna need like 40 million. 40 million for Lotus and like 60 million for hard Damien. Yeah, if you have one Leon, you're fucked. Um, you know, because ever since I started streaming, I make fun of Leon players, and that has already caused my Leon price to go down since then. And now it's just like even worse with the release of Arcane Gears, because with the release of Arcane Gears, it makes Absolab very cheap. So it's just better to just use Absolab. Yeah, clean Absolab is very strong. And it's cheap, like just fucking put flames on that, like, and then you could slowly get it to like epic with 3 cubes. No, I'm still uploading. It's in the channel. No, he could just look at the old. I make the new one. I mean, I made the older ones free. Like the ROI video is all free. I didn't put that as members because it's just funny content. The weekly Nisos, because sometimes I talk about time sensitive adaptation to the game state. So I put that 1 month delay. So for the free users, they can watch those like a month later. Because I remember like a lot of times the small changes doesn't require like a like a 10-minute video to tell you about. It's only like a 30-second 1-minute rant. I talk about in the video. Like when I said like sickness is gonna decrease in money, I talked about that like 2 months ago. But before you start decreasing, like I think it was like when it was like 65%, I put in the video in the weekly NISO video. Like that was like 2 months ago. Fast forward to today, sickness is 30%, so I gave everybody a heads up. But like a lot of free to play couldn't see that because it's a 1 month delay. I just knew it was coming because a lot of um, Chinese people, like minimum wage Chinese players, they decide to farm Maplestory sickness for food money, for just rent, for rent money. So that's why sickness went from 60% to 30%. It's in June and July, so next month. Bro, if you swipe, you could get you could get there too. Just gotta swipe. Man, I don't know if I could finish today. 6 more levels. Man, let's see. You know, I have like 3 more hours. Let's see how far I could go. This took what? That was 5 levels. Took an hour and a half. Actually, we might be able to finish. Yeah, let's try to finish. next level, we get like a massive 20% boost because we are one level within the monsters. So we actually get an EXP boost. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do at 196 though, because normally 196 I go to Black Heaven, or even like Dark Tree. But the thing is like this combat power is way too low. It's just 67k combat power. That's like way too low to be doing for Black Heaven. We're probably gonna stay here to 200. The pink beans just do it for a title. Permanent title though. Only good if you're a whale. If you're not a whale, it's a waste of time. Just Maplestory only, man. We're gonna live with the server. Live and die with the server. True to my words. Going to outlast everybody. I mean, Maplestory is a marathon. Most people can't last that long. You have to pace yourself. Like a lot of people think they don't pace themselves, so they quit. I mean, in terms of revenue, it's decreasing because people are getting stronger. It's more of a play for August when Will comes out. Kill that the first week when it comes out. That's like that should have a very big Miso pool. But right now it's like the lucid money is like, I mean, it's nice, but it's not that much. I mean, it's impossible for me to lose money. Like, I just sell 3 pieces of gear and I break even. Like, Like I mean, like I'm so far ahead of everybody. Like it doesn't matter. I sell any random piece of gear I have. It's I break even just like that. So it's not a problem for me. It's because I have endgame gear like maxed out, built for like Laviatans. Like people who's 50 million plus, they could buy my gear and it's upgrade. So that like these kind of gears, there will always be demand for it. So it's like there's no worry of not able to sell. Yes, sir. I mean, that's part of the benefit of just keep playing and taking it slow. I mean, one of the major waves of like people quitting was when they released Hard Lotus, and Hard Lotus has less Nisos than normal Lotus. That caused a bunch of whales to quit. I managed to get a lot of upgrades from whales quitting. And then when they finally converted the game to be a normal progression path, and finally to like stop giving money to free-to-play extractors, or like stop listening to free-to-play extractors, like I took massive advantage from that wave. By the time people react to it, all the gears has already, endgame gear has already like spiked massively. But like early game has like crashed. Like the value of early game gear has like literally crashed because there's no point to buying early game gears. Mid game and like early game, they crash hard. But a lot of like perfect piece or like very end game piece gear, they have skyrocketed like at least 3 times, 4 times over. And back then, you could get a 21 6-line Dominator pendant for 400, 300 mil. Now that thing is like 1.2 bill. Like, the price of that has like increased by 5 times. It's crazy. No, I mean that's like normal, right? 'Cause, back then, a fucking daily bossing Latino with no gear makes more money than somebody with like 10 million combat power. But nowadays, it's like the more combat power you have, the more you earn. And Latinos they don't make much now anyway. So like we're back to normal. Nah, the Queen Dominator pendant, the max price it hit was 20 mil. I know because I sold one. I mean, not the peak, because the peak was like 20 something mil. I sold one like near the wave coming down, which is like 15 mil or something. But 15 mil is only like $300 at its peak. It never hit 800. He hit like 20 mil at max. Yeah, but like it doesn't mean that I mean, I could list an item for 100 billion. Nobody's gonna buy it. Yeah, well, like the fucking retard merchants, they could buy out an item and then list it, but nobody's gonna buy it. Like, well, who's the fucking idiot? If Apple, right? If Apple bought out Daredevil hair, trying to list it for 10 million. Like nobody bought this shit. Well, I wouldn't say nobody. 2 idiots bought it. But other than that, like, he's taking an L on that one. Yeah, nowadays like Dominator Pen is like 300k. 300k funny stuff, man. Yeah, Maplestory right now at this point, I think like a lot of opportunity is gone. Back then, the opportunity was in, you know, near the end of the year, last December, because that's literally where every whale got sick and tired of communism. Nobody likes communism, they all quit. So there's like a massive amount of endgame gear in the market. Anybody who bought back then, nobody lost money back then. Like if you stuck around at December, January, and pick up like a whale's quitting gear, like you're in profit. Like a lot of people, like the bag holders, right? Like if you became bag holders at like December, like you make a lot of money no matter what. Like it's impossible for you to lose money. But these kind of opportunities gone now, like because nowadays like the stronger you are, the more money you make. So you're not gonna have that reversal opportunity. That only happens because the game company, decides to reverse their progression path and their economic model. You know, they're not gonna reverse it again. Yeah, I always hedge my assets in Maplestory. It doesn't make sense for me to not to hedge it. I mean, I make less money because I hedge it, but like there's some whales out there who doesn't hedge it, so they make more money than me. But they also staked around the same time as I did, which is near the top. I mean, not near the top, but like near the local top. So, you know, they also lost money that way. I think at this current price point, it's about average, right? Where we're currently at in terms of price, if you don't hedge it, which is whether you hedge it, it's like you're the same page. But going forward in the future, if the price goes up, they will make way more money than me. I'm at the break-even point, but I'm slowly closing out my swords. Like very, very slowly. I take my time, like small amounts every week, and then that would be my long play. I'm basically like a small amount of long every week. But yeah, I was net neutral a couple months ago. But with this new events, the shift of economic models and like the buyback program, it caused me to be now in the long position. But I haven't started the long position yet. I'm just starting to build one up. Because my account is like heavy long anyway, especially with like investment in there. So once I get near to like ROI, like 0 ROI or close to it, that's when I start long with the extra money that I built. No, the stake is net neutral. The stake is net 0. The accounted character is a long. But if I close my hedge, then the stake becomes long as well. Then you'll be double long. No, my stake APR goes into, it either goes into upgrading my gear or goes into lowering my ROI price point. I mean, I'm at its peak, I was like 20 or 30k. Maybe not 30k. I was like 20 something k, like maybe 25k from ROI. But then at 20k, I decided to make a video. That's the first start of the series. But like at its peak, I was at 25k. No, not a start. I was free to play all the way up until December. Like I was free to play all the way until December. Like I didn't become red like until like maybe February or January. Like when the 5th job came out, that was when I started making a lot of purchases, which caused me to go into like the red. But I was free to play by December because, you know, like whatever that I had, which is just basically like a 20 million paladin, free to play. And then, but after that, it's like I saw a 5th job, and then I see a shift in Maplestory team's attitude, so I dropped a heavy amount of money into it. No, I never. The airdrop money that I spent was calculated into as a USD investment. Like whatever I make in closed beta is whatever I make in closed beta. They're two separate. They're two separate games, and they're two separate entities. Like when I see that, so I never factor that in. Like, you know, if I spend money on Maplestory N, if I spend money, even if I use money from like airdrop or beta, it doesn't count. It's still negative. Fundamentally, they are two different games. Like even the dynamic pricing just work differently between beta and production. Like they're two completely different. So that's why I always said, like, I spent money last year. But like if I were to be like other people, other whales, you know, technically I spend money for airdrop, but I don't want to be like that. Because, you know, not a lot of people came from beta. You still have to spend money. So I'd rather be in the same reference point as everybody else, so that you can actually see whether you make money or not in the game. So I never factor in airdrops. Like people who spend their airdrop money and like saying that they're like free to play doesn't really count. Community like the community is shit. I mean, I would give him like a 3. The current state of the game, I think is pretty good. We'll give it like an 8. The devs, I mean, the devs are listening, they're improving, so we'll give them a 7. Now, the dev doesn't get a higher score is because they don't come and reply back. Like other than their official Twitter account, but the thing is they reply back selectively. Like it's not like they don't really reply back or anything. Like they don't really reply back to everything. Like they only reply back selective stuff. So it's hard for you or any community to like give them actual feedback. But they do listen to feedback. The problem with feedback is like you enter the dangerous loop of listening to free-to-play extractors or free-to-play cappers, and then they will always try to convert the game into a extract liquidity type of play, and a lot of times is they will listen to them, and that's what got the game into a state that it was in last year. That was a pretty bad state for the game. That was because they listened to community, right? Like you have to not, you can't listen to free-to-play extractors. They don't pay the server fees. They don't pay your salary. You cannot do that. The game is just gonna crash. But they have started to pivot away from these free-to-play cappers with the recent Discord roles. They're now adding Discord roles based on like how far you can clear Mulu Dojo, which is a measure of strength. So now it's like you can just see what kind of shit the free-to-play people will say, and it's fucking hilarious. And then because you could then also see when they started playing Maplestory, like you see like fucking retards play Maplestory since last May, which has been a year, and these people can't even get like floor 20. Like what the fuck, man? Like bro. And they are trying to divert the game into the different types of update system that will benefit them. And then I had to go out and flame them. Because I don't want the game to go back to communism. So I go out in Discord and flame that ass. It's great though, like if you see a fucking person who clears 20 floors or less, you just say one thing. Bro, it's been 1 year. You can't even clear floor 20. Like, right now, Maplestory is so easy to make money. You could AFK and Evan to level 200 in 2 months. Less than 2 months. Like, literally doesn't even play the fucking game. You play the game 15 minutes a week. And then AFK the rest. In 2 months, you will make a level 200 Evan. You can sell that. And then AFK again. 4 months. And you will clear floor 20. And then if you've been playing for a year and can't even clear 420, you're just a free-to-play extractor. Like your opinion is irrelevant. And then you just tell them not to not listen to these retards. And then sometimes they say I'm attacking that guy, and then I get my comments gets deleted, which is fair. But at least I gotta give them my 2 cents. No, I mean like I think it's they're doing a lot of things great, like better lately. I don't know. I'm not gonna try. I'm trying to be reformed. Now I'm reformed. Dude, there's a new Discord channel, literally for like the top gamers, people who can clear 40, 45 floors and above. They get their own channel, and sometimes, very rarely, like during a make day, like a make patch day, an actual employee of the next base logs on to that channel and chat with the whales. Like that's an improvement. Like that's an actual improvement. Like you get this private ass channel in Discord now, with all the whales. I mean, we don't need the community to go to 7. We just need to believe in the devs to separate the distinction between the free-to-play capper or the free-to-play extractor against like actual players. If at any point in time they fail to weed out the free-to-play extractors comments for actual issues, then potentially in the future they might mess up. But as long as they don't ever mess up and like listen to the free-to-play extractors, the game will keep improving from here on out. And you could see that, right? Like Bitcoin lately, it recovered and then it's like going up and down. But normally, when that happens in the bear market, a lot of shitcoins they crash a lot harder. But NXPC held on to 25 cents, and they now it's like holding on to 30 cents, which is big. In my opinion, that's like a big deal. Like the only thing that this is being held back on now is the bear market. Like if this is not the bear market, like NXPC would have done way better. Because like the game is better. It's in the better state now. Yeah, after you sold, it went down to 25 cents, right? But now this is back to, the same level where you sold. That's like amazing. Alright, level. Let me go grab the EXP buff. Oh, only 2 times. Better than none. I would buy one of that. I mean, it could go lower. You just need to have a very poor update. But I do think that it should go up from here. But I mean, like, I think starting from this year, they have been on the roll. Like, ever since they released Lucid, they have been on the roll. Yeah. I think Lucid was the turning point for them. Like, I haven't seen them, like, I mean, like, yes, they have, like, small bugs here and there, but I don't think, like, the bugs was, like a game changer. And they fixed it, like, pretty fast. Like, you know, they found out about it, they fixed it. No. Yeah. Because anytime you have an update, it's always gonna be bugs. Like, the question is how fast they can fix it. And they do pretty well. They fixed it pretty fast. And I mean, there's always gonna be drama, but you know, we're not gonna talk about it in public. Cause I'm reformed. I'm reformed, baby. No more. No more. We could only talk about player dramas now. None of that any other drama. Only player drama. In terms of player drama, I don't really see any play. I mean, there's not any noteworthy player drama. But I guess the only thing that might have been interesting to you is that Mr. EOD, he has transferred into Fang, the server. EOD is in Fang now. That's right, can't bake me, I'm reformed. The money you make from being reformed is too good. There's no way EOD's in your home, but Butter is like fucking capping. Now, a lot of people say EOD moved is because of drama with his old team, but then he found a new team now, so he's good. He's in a good spot. I forgot who. I think it was now EOD plays with Old Pig. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think EOD now plays with Old Pig. He does hard lucid, and he plays Bishop. EOD has quit his hero. I think he had issues with Akira, and then he moved to Fang with Old Pig and friends. Yeah, I think that's the timeline. But other than that, yeah. I mean, there's always gonna be like drama here and there, but you know, we can't talk about it. He XD. Okay, thank you. I have all my nicknames. Because it doesn't sell. The nicknames have such a low value in terms of sales. Like it's just not worth selling it. So I just kept them. That I use my crayon, but other than that, everything else is in standby. When they released Dawn Warrior, they released it in the 6-drop state, so very like modern style Dawn Warrior. Modern Dawn Warrior is very weak, so like I didn't want to go into that. Like I was always gonna switch to Dawn Warrior, but then I saw Dawn Warrior was like really bad, so I had like a re-priority, and so I decided to change to Corsair instead. Maplestory N is crypto Maplestory. It's not GMS, it's Maple C, and it's currently at 5th job. The last boss we have is Lucid. You know, it's just, I mean, I don't know how much you know about crypto, but your equipment, your character is an NFT, so therefore it's tradable. So everything is tradable. Character, equipment, and it's the tradable is unlimited. It is you don't need to buy an item to make it tradable. It's forever tradable. There's no catch to it. You know, it's not like a catch 20. And there's no cash up. Um, you know, there is only the misos that you farm on the floor off on the boss, and then you use that to upgrade. There's no cash up. The cash up item drops from monsters, bosses, or whatever. But yeah, that's it. No, I mean like equipment or has to be an NFT. You cannot make an equipment to be a token. That doesn't make sense. That's physically not possible. I mean, like all equipment can only be NFT. I don't think they have a Mac client. I think it's Windows only. Yeah, no, Nisos is the token. All right, 2 more levels. I think I could do it. I could finish tonight. Nice. We're gonna finish this and then call it a night. Holy shit, fucking pink bean, man. It's the Holy Pink Bean title. It's the same title in Web 2. 10 boss attack. So I should be here, I think. Get this one. I can't show you it because I don't have it right now. But it's 10 boss damage. And trust me, I need that shit. I need that shit bad. But for like a low spender player, like that, it's a skip. It's not worth the time for them. Dude, for me to get like 10% boss damage is like it's literally like like $4,000, $5,000 to get both 10% boss damage. Yeah, Mr. Dan has the right answer. Now you collect the title on any character you want. The pink bean is deleted after the event, so next month the pink bean will be deleted. Oh, I forgot my skill. I unlocked it this 2 levels ago. I never even used it. What the fuck does it even do? Oh yeah, she does a little bit of damage. Can I AFK then? Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, this is legit. I can just AFK here. Dating Nizos, it's gone. Aku Brian. I think Aku Brian also like probably quit as well. Like I don't, he's like playing on and off. He's not like playing anymore. and he can't keep up the website cost. Like it's very expensive. I don't know the total hour for you. If you're very curious, go to my channel and then click on all the live streams and then add up the hours. Obviously, I didn't play efficiently, so maybe like take 25% time off, and that's like your time it's gonna take you if you're focused. A lot of times I AFK a little bit, or I zoomed out. But in terms of like a normal human person, that's the time you should expect it takes to level a pink bean. But a lot of people will level it faster than me because they could focus. I can't. Like pink bean is like hard for me to focus. I mean, I gotta do this casually. Nah, I like the bottom. The bottom gets me more. Maybe when I trigger this one, like with this one, I could probably stay AFK in the middle. Nah, I like the bottom because I could do the spin. And then I could do the giant. I could just do this one. So overall, I like bottom more. And then it will spawn on top and the bottom platform, and if it spawns in the middle platform, you will get the top as well. And then by the time this is out, I just chain it with this. One more level, boys. But they're always gonna be pink bean. This is it. After that, no more pink bean. Man, after that, we gotta have a gold level. I'm short 6 levels. It's gonna be a while. We have 3 months to get 245. I mean, everybody who's top 10, they are like all rich enough to have a little bit of help, you know? Get their friends or their family member to level up for them. Let me think about this. As of right now, I make more on stake than hard lucid. Yeah, and it's only because like hard lucid, the raffle win rate went down because there's a lot more people doing it. But if we were to compare like last month, the hard lucid people makes more. Just start starting from this week, because of events, MVP buffs. There's so much attack buff now for MVP and events that it allowed a bunch of people to do hard lucid. And also, a lot of people hit 540 arcane symbols, which you mean it's like a 50% damage increase. So there's just more people doing hard lucid. Um, you gotta have to check the old stream, part one or part two. That has your answer. It was a combination of killing field bosses and Yeti, I think. I think will rewards should be at the very least the same as lucid. Maybe not more than lucid, but I think they will try to make it the same or maybe slightly less. Because it depends on how much they're gonna decrease hard lucid rewards. Because when they do the next raffle with Nisos, they're gonna have to figure out where they're gonna get it from. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna decrease hard lucid by a lot. And potentially probably remove slime. I think they will probably remove slime's raffle. Because like literally like even at this point even free to play extractors can do slime now. It's just pointless to give them money. Force them to keep leveling. It's kind of like the situation where like you want to give a little bit to free to play, so that they keep. It's like the carrot and the stick, right? You wanna keep the stick in front of the horse, so the horse keeps running for it, right? That's how you should treat the free to play. It's like you put the carrot in front of their face, so they'll upgrade. Same with whales, right? Because like you want the whale to also keep spending. In this case, like spend from lucid to will, right? You gotta spend to upgrade. So you want to do that to both, everybody, like from free to play to whales. And the best way to do that is every time you release a hard boss, you decrease the weekly Nisos from the easier boss. So you force everybody, including the free to play and the whales, to upgrade. And when they upgrade, it's good for the game. And it's also good for the project team. They can make money off that. And when they make money, they could pay salary and they can also pay the server costs. I mean that's just the harsh reality of it, right? So while balancing that, you gotta give them a little bit of carrot in between patches, right? And then when every time new patches come out, you remove the carrot in their mouth and then move it on the stick, so they had to work for it. But this begins as like a very like a math problem where you need to spend your money efficiently to keep up with content and figure out where you should stop. Because if you always trying to aim for the first content ever, like the hardest content ever, you would never make money. You would never break even. Like for me, I'm stopping. My last boss that I'm doing is Dark now. I'm not gonna do Black Mage right now. Not on the first week of release. You know, maybe I'll do Black Mage like a couple months after release. But I'm definitely not gonna do Black Mage the first week of release or the first month. Because that's where I'm gonna like draw my line. Because otherwise it's like I'll be down a lot of money. My real life situation does not allow me to support the first week of Black Mage clear. Right? I mean, like, it's like you have to invest and realize that's what it is. You gotta have a goal, and then you want to aim for that goal. And you have to consider whether you play Maplestory for like red money, or like a hobby, or to like have fun. Because these groups of people have different priorities. If it's a hobby, right, you're not trying to make money, then you could just like spend, right? Now if you're rich, then you could like spend all the way to max level. Like for other people, like for a lot of people in my party, it's like they're not rich, but they're not poor either. They're like very good, like middle class. So what they do is like they have always, when they get paid every week or every month, the salary they set aside like an entertainment money, right? Whether they spend it on Maplestory or they spend it on vacation or whatever, they always have this entertainment money. So they only spend their entertainment money on Maplestory, and so that's why like they slowly reach 60 million, 50 million combat power. Right, and that's like the hobby players, right? You know, they play Maplestory for fun. Like Amy is part of that category. You know, Amy's not rich, but he's not poor either. So you know, so like every month when he gets paid, he can spend money on Maplestory. No, I mean they gave 10 million to a third party, and the third party is gonna buy it from them, buy it for them. They're gonna do it on Bybit. They're gonna do it in Binance. But the third party is probably like a big liquidity provider, third party, and I think what's gonna happen is they will not be buying complete $10 million of NXPC. I think what's gonna happen is every time there is a buy, they're gonna get their friend or a different company to pump NXPC, and then they will use NXPC's money to buy back, which is the dump, at like a 10% higher price, and then they dump, and then it will be dumped back down. So in this case, I mean that's not NXPC's fault, all right? That's just how the industry works. So what happens is, so like you can see in a chart, what you're gonna see is like for the next couple of weeks, there's always gonna be like a big candle up and then a big candle down. When that happens, is because they are gonna buy NXPC, right? The buyback program, and then give it to Maplestory. But the thing is, right before they buy back, they're gonna tell their friends to buy it now, pump the price and then sell it at a higher price directly to Maplestory. Um, so you should be seeing these kind of candles like in the next couple of weeks now. I get a title for pink bean. Holy shit, I'm almost done. You're like the 10 million buyback program is really good. I just wish that they would have done that themselves without using a third party. Because now they're just gonna let a third party to pump and dump them. So they're gonna lose like maybe 10-15% of that actual money. That could have gone to the community, right? Because if they buy 10 million worth of NXPC, the value of that NXPC goes directly into us, like the community, the people playing this game. But if they give 10 million US dollars to a third party to buy it, we as a community is only gonna get 80-85%, 90% of it. We're not gonna get the entire thing because they will pump it down. They will pump it down because that's just easy money. That's how the crypto industry works. You know, like in the future, you know, I hope NXPC does the buyback program themselves, so they don't get pumped down. But I mean, it's a good start, right? It's a good start. I do think the program is really good. Like I think without the program, there's a good chance that NXPC hits under 30 cents, right? But now that like with the buyback program and the action that it's gonna take, it's gonna keep NXPC like a good pressure, a good like a long pressure. Oh, I mean we stay here until 200. There's no point going anywhere else. Pink Bean is no gear, so not strong enough for other maps. Yeah, you could start at 180. No, everybody use a third party. Only like very small amount of people doesn't use a third party, but those companies are people who's been in the crypto space for like 10 years, right? Every single gaming company uses a third party. Like Gumi is another like crypto company that's been in the space for a long time. They also use a third party. Like I don't know any gaming company that doesn't use a third party. I think it's just because it's like they're new into the space. I mean, like you could say, like you can't even call them dumb. Like I don't know, like how many of you guys know the website Coin Telegraph and CoinList? Um, I think it's called CoinList. I forgot what's the name. No, it's not CoinList. No. Cointelegraph for sure. There's another website that's like better than Cointelegraph. Oh, CoinDesk. Yeah, CoinDesk. Like, if you guys, I think a lot of you guys, who, if you buy any shit coins at all, you guys know about Cointelegraph and CoinDesk. But like, you could say every fucking coin mentioned on that website, the project people are retarded. Why? Because it costs $50,000. Depending on whether it's a bull market or bear market, it could cost up to $50,000 just to post on these websites. A CoinDesk is more like maybe 75 to 100K. Like, bro, you could do so much money, you could do so much things with $100,000. But like, they have an article on the website. So like, are you gonna say that that's fucking retarded? It's just different. It's just different business strategies, and that's why like the crypto space is very difficult to maintain the price of a coin, because no matter what you do in the space, it costs a fuck ton of money. So it's just that for a lot of startup companies, you're a new company, you don't have that kind of capital. So it just naturally, like, the price just goes down. Like, even going on exchanges, right? Like, okay, you go on exchange, you have a listing. Well, how much is the listing? $100,000, $200,000, $1 million for fucking Binance. But like, how much you could do with $1 million? If you straight buy $1 million or add $1 million to the DEX liquidity pool, you will stabilize the price so much more, and you will prevent like a bottom of your coin. But people are rather into like the pump and dump, and you spend all of these money. Having a third party like do a buyback program for your coin, that's like the least of the problems. There's way bigger issues than that. Like, third party just takes like what, like 10 to 20% max. In the grand scheme of things, yes, it hurts, but it could have been worse. They used to give out like 100 million NXPC to exchanges to do like an airdrop event, and the people just farms you, like the Indonesian just farm you for free token, for free airdrop, and they don't even play the game. They don't make a character. Just straight up the airdrop event, just straight up trading NXPC for $10. But how do you get $10 of volume? You buy $5 and you sell $5. That's $10. You're done. And you just do that like a month, and then you get like hundreds of NXPC as an airdrop. And then what do you do with that? You just sell it. So what happens? You just create a sell pressure, and the price goes down, right? Like, that is a way bigger issue than the buyback program. What the good news is, the next space doesn't do that anymore, right? They stopped doing that since last year. And we can see that in the chart. Like, if you don't do that, like, the price doesn't go down. The only reason why it keeps going down is because they gave out too much NFTs as airdrops to the exchanges. And exchanges, what does exchange have? A bunch of people with mobile phones but no PC. What is Maplestory? It's a PC game. So, a lot of these people who doesn't even have a PC, so like they just farm airdrops. They can't even play Maplestory. Like, especially like like poor third world countries, they just don't have that much PC that could run Maplestory. All right, boys, we are done. We are done, boys. All right, we gotta do the boss though. We're gonna level here. We're gonna level the inside. And also I gotta kill this, so. Alright, and let's go. We are done. And let's go. Man, this fucking D-ball is so hard. Yeah, I can't step on it. Fuck it. Just gotta do it manually, I guess. Got him, boys. Get that reward. Let's go. Get that reward. Finish everything, boys. Let's go. I am finally done with this. Alright, let's go collect it. My main character. Rewards can only be received once per account. Yeah, it's not a SBT. Yeah. A lot of people were saying it was SBT. It's not, boys. This is not SBT. This is gonna expire tomorrow. So might as well just change it now. Yeah, might as well change it now. Let me see how much I'm going to lose. This is 10 attack, 10 balls. Okay, I lose attack stats and the IED. That's not too bad. I don't really need the buff duration. So the only thing I lost is like a little bit of buff, attacking stats and IED. Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, so we lose like a little bit. Yeah, that's a lot. It's like a what? How much is it on final? No, it's only one character, I think. I'll try it after this. I'll hop onto a different character. So it's about 300k. Yeah, 300k loss. Yeah, but it's okay. Nothing I can do about it. This title's gonna expire. But without the title, it's yeah. I lost 2 mil without title. So that's what I'm saying. Like the higher level you are, the more this title is important. Like if you equip this title to like a fucking free to play, they're not getting shit. They get like 50k combat power. But for us, it's like 2 million. You have to get it. There's no other way. That's why we do it, boys. I tried a different character. I don't think you can claim it. It doesn't make sense to claim. Alright, so nah, just one character only, sir. I should just do the cutscene so I get buffs. Now the black is it's just IED is not good. I need boss damage, not IED. Oh, I see the name. The UI, the animation is pretty good though. You get the animation on that. It's crazy. And then you get another animation here. And that's the Holy Pink Bean title. It's pretty cool. Alright, and that's the MVP black title, you know, it's just ID, so it's not as good. Let me do my, wait, I forgot to do, I think I gotta collect the weekend. Yep, collect that, good stuff. Alright, and then I gotta collect my Paladin's free EXP. Yeah, we're gonna get to 200 off Monster Park. So we are now at 97%. I'm gonna take this. Yeah. Click on this. And then we are now at 14%. That's really good. Man, it's only 15% now. That's kind of low. Alright, it's gonna take a while though. Okay, let me finish my daily and then we'll call it a night, boys. We need a break from Maplestory after the pink bean runs. Man, my game is lagging. I should probably restart my computer after this. It's probably a memory leak. Later, sir. Alright, we're turning off sound. Okay, and then I gotta do my 5 daily boss. I still haven't finished my achievements for these. I need 1,000 kills on these. So it's still gonna take me maybe like a year to finish. Maybe more, actually more than a year, because I'm only gonna do like once a day. I'm like halfway there, so it's gonna take 2 years. Back then, it was like I managed to get a lot in because I just do it on a bunch of characters. You can still do it on a bunch of characters, um, for the achievement, but you're not gonna get the loot, which I don't want to do that. The I think the sweet spot is like it's like a 7 or 8 million bishop. Yeah, that's probably like the best spot to be in. Not as good now, because you are at the end of the patch. You are near the end of a patch, the era. So the race is not that good. You have to be if you want to do it, you have to prepare for maybe 12 million now, so that you could be ready for will for normal will when it release. You a 12 million bishop, but that requires you to have a 240 bishop with over 500k, 500 arcane symbol currently. Otherwise, you're not gonna keep up. You need both levels and symbols. Anything else is, you're not at a good spot. Bishop is just so efficient. All right, boys, that is it. That's it for today. Thank you for coming. I'll see you guys next time later.